No! No! It just started pouring, son.
He ain't got no top on either.
No top, no doors. And he's gotta wait for cars.
It's okay, we live in Louisiana and it'll only last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Alright guys, so on today's agenda of stuff to do, there's a lot that we can be doing. But Sean had an amazing idea, and he thought that if we could get a zip line, that it would probably be a lot more fun than not having a zip line. And you know, we agree. So we're building a zip line. If y'all want to see that, go ahead and check out Sean's channel. He's going to be posting the whole build process of everything. I'm just letting y'all know that we're doing it because it's our shop and we're going to be using it a lot. So I want y'all to know kind of where it came from and the man behind all the madness. Hit it, Sean. We need to end up building a ladder. I think we're gonna probably get some like 1-inch gas line or something like that. Right here, there's a good wall that has really nothing on it. We'll probably end up going in between the lights right here, cut a hole out, so we'll have a good way to get up from inside of here. Like just a regular ladder, so we don't have to keep climbing up these shelves. Oh, I'm on the lefty, but it works. Welcome to Poeboys! What's going on, guys? Welcome to Poeboys, and in this video we are going to be working on the freaking drift car. We finally are in the shop, finally have some tools at the shop, and I'm not going to start on Yeet quite yet. We're going to get a little bit there. I need to get a few more things in order to make that car run completely. So this car is going to get worked on soon. Y'all just stay tuned for it, but we're going to go ahead and get the drift car going because that's the closest car I have to getting running. And now we have a shop, so I can do things that I wouldn't have been able to do normally at home that can actually get this car running. So the next item of business on this car is going to be the rear end. I need to go ahead and fix the suspension because I don't have that 100% in there. I just made sure the car was able to roll so we could get the car wherever we needed to get it to work on so we could work on it. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that now. There's also some rear brake stuff that I have to go ahead and do. Just connect the lines and then bleed the brakes and all that stuff. Really nothing too big, just stuff that you have to do. Also in here, if you look in the interior of this thing, you can see that the harness has these two top harness connections for the 5-point harness. We have to connect the other 5 points over here, and over here. Those are all sitting in the back along with one of the coil springs for this car. So one thing on this car that I definitely wanted to fix is that light. That thing's just destroyed because it's just got so much sun fade and it just looks like it's sat on that car for this whole entire life in the sun. So we have the headlights from Caleb's car, which look pretty good. They have this little black paint thing right here, which doesn't necessarily look good, but at the same time, these headlights are way more clear and you could probably see some light out of these guys instead of what we're dealing with now, which is what you could only see out of one. So we're gonna put 2 matching headlights on it, get a little bit of symmetry to the front of this thing, and it should look a little bit better. Headlights are easy. You have 2 pins. 1 pin here and 1 pin here, but I only had 1 in because I knew I wasn't going to use these lights for much. Alright, well that looks way better. It actually doesn't look too bad with that little black stripe right there because it also has that right there and the hood's black, so that's not going to look too bad on this car. But I will say it looks way better. Alright guys, so from the Mustang GT, we have these quad shocks right here and all the hardware to mount them. And we also have the stock rear GT sway bar. These 6 Mustangs don't come with these, and I took it off of the other GT because I'm not going to be needing it on Yeet because we're going to be coming up with our own suspension for that car. So, tighten up the rear end with sway bar. What better to do than use the GT when we have a V6, now that we have a GT rear axle under there. We have also all the tubular A-arms and all the bushings replaced. Go ahead and slap this stuff in there, tighten up this suspension. time to make an exhaust for this thing. So let's grab the chop saw. Alright guys, so we are going to go ahead and install a V-band. So we're making a custom exhaust starting at the headers, and you can't just have a header that goes all the way out your car. You need to have somewhere to break away so you can put your headers in and out of the car. So we're going to take this spot right here, I already marked. It's called a V-band, and what we're going to do is cut the metal right here, right in this spot. This little clamp you can pull off, and then you have the V-band connection. So I'm gonna move this to the side. We're gonna cut the metal right in between these guys right here, weld this guy to this side of the pipe, weld this guy to this side of the pipe, and then we will have a V-band that will connect the exhaust. We'll have a full exhaust system that we can take on and put off without having to cut the metal again, because it's how it's designed. We're just using V-bands, which are way easier than making your own flanges. So after you cut it, the inside of your pipe is gonna have some burrs right here. You literally could just take a crescent wrench right here, or just anything with a flat edge, kind of attack those burrs. So now the inside of my pipe is clean. And there's a nice beveled edge that we can weld it to. It didn't make sense before. This piece is gonna go on here. We're gonna weld that edge right here that you can see right here. And same thing with the other side. And we have an exhaust connection right here, just like that. Pretty simple, everyone does it, just that's what we gotta do. All right, so we have the V-band on here. Now it's time to get some welds on. You have to go ahead and tighten both sides so you don't have any warpage whenever you tighten one of these guys. It's time to go ahead and put some weld down. I don't know how good it's gonna look because this is stainless and I'm welding with just regular steel rod, but I'm gonna make it work. Actually, I need to fix my tungsten. That's the real issue. All right, so let's try this. Wow, after all that work, we got a V-band. Oh, it's so bright out here. I present one V-band flange for my exhaust. Alright, so we have 2-inch exhaust going out of the header into a 2.5-inch conversion to get to this size pipe for the actual exhaust. So we're going to go ahead and have to bring some of this off. Solid. Now, we can go ahead and make a full exhaust system from the header. So, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this right here and weld this pipe onto it. Got a new tip. I think I broke my last one and I think that was an issue. So, my header. Alright guys, so if you look right here, we have a exhaust system. So obviously you see the headers and that goes forward and comes down to a piece that was welded because this is the right OD for the collector of the header, which is kind of small, but one day we can make that a little bit bigger. But I ran that into this right here. This piece is a step up, welded the step up directly into some 2.5-inch pipe, put a V-band there to connect it so we have just a header as well as the rest of the exhaust. And we have some 2.5-inch after a quick bend. So pretty much everything that went into that was a stock header cut right here. Used some of this fence post from the Scoot exhaust video, which honestly there's no reason why not, and literally just the meme factor. We're using this. Might choke it down, but it also might give the exhaust a little bit of back pressure since that's what it kind of needs. We'll let it breathe more if it needs it in the future, but we'll just kind of figure out how the engine acts and figure out if that's choking it down too much or not. Now all we have is this piece right here and this bend and a V-band and this turn up. That goes inside of here and just hammers in pretty solid. It's a nice little fit piece, and that's what's right here, and that goes right here, and the header goes there, and pretty much have an exhaust system. Cut that right here, put that there, and V-band in the middle so you can disconnect the three. header pretty much made and an exhaust is made. So now my exhaust works perfectly fine, and it's gonna come right out the bumper over here. So if you see right here, there is the bumper, and that's exactly where the exhaust is about to go out because race car. My state doesn't have any emissions, and honestly, what's better than exhaust going out the bumper? The hood. But the hood looks too good, so we're gonna do the bumper. Time to make this thing work! Alright guys, so I sadly ran into an issue, which is my welder ran out of gas, and I need to get a new bottle of that. And it's 4 AM right now, so I can't necessarily go and do that. So the exhaust for the passenger side is stuck at this point right here. So we got this guy welded on, this guy welded on, and this is just all from the barbecue bench, but we got the V-band on as well. We have some other bends and stuff that we're gonna go ahead and put together. I have everything mocked up and bent and cut correctly. Now all we gotta do is just weld it up. Only thing is, I can't weld because I don't have any freaking gas. So let's see the progress that we've done on the car. So obviously this side you can see there is an exhaust and a full exhaust, and if you can see down yonder, it runs straight to the bumper. So that exhaust will pop out right here at the bumper. We might teardrop it, we might bullhorn it. One of the two options, but it's gonna go out like that on one side and out like that on the other side, and both exhausts are gonna come out right here. And it's gonna look pretty solid. So the exhaust is gonna go out the bumper because freaking race car. I decided against the quad shocks because the quad shocks are just kind of in the way, and realistically this car is not gonna have wheel hop. With these coilovers and with these 4-link bars, I've never had a Mustang deal with wheel hop, so I don't think it's gonna be an issue. If it is, I do have them, I can put them on, but I'm just not going to for right now. We have that nice GT sway bar in there now that's connected to the max speeding rod's 4-link bars as well as the max speeding rod's suspension, which works pretty solid, and the rear brakes are freaking set up, everything. All we have to do is bleed them, which is gonna take one other person. We'll wait to do that until we have most of the car ready to go, but next video we're gonna be pulling the transmission if that has any ideas on anything going on. The inside of the car, we went ahead and put the radio in the dash, so now the dash looks really good. We have the seat out because we're gonna need to take out some of the clutch parts for the next video when the parts arrive. So guys, things are going in a really good direction, and I'm super excited to say what plans are for the engines. I'm about to make some people mad here. I apologize in advance. I would like to supercharge this car. Here's my reasoning behind it. The turbos, twin turbos, is just gonna be too much to spool for a little 3.8 Mustang. Wait, turbo lag, turbo lag, turbo lag, and then finally get into boost. And honestly, that's not what I need for a drift car. I want to try and put an Eaton M12 supercharger on there. So, I'm gonna need to do a coil relocation for that, and also a few other things. I'm not gonna get started until I can. That's also a project for the future whenever I can afford it. Money is in the turbo kit that I really need to get out of it because I need to recoup some dollars because this place wouldn't cheat. I'll post a picture of everything I'm selling. If you want it, DM me on Instagram and you can get it, 1,500 bucks, pay for shipping if you're far away, and if you're close, then come on and pick it up. And also, that's gonna help get things rolling a little bit forward, a little bit more faster, and get me going towards the right platform of what I need to build my car correctly. Like y'all just saw, the exhaust is going out the bumper, the other side exhaust is in there, ready to go. I need to make a few more cuts and stuff, but I need to get a new bottle, I need to wait till the weekend is over for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on Monday, so the next video, the drift car will not only just have an exhaust because we have a bottle, but if everything goes to plan, we've got some things to look forward to for the next video. Drift car sliding, merch drop, and honestly, more gang shenanigans. So thank you very much for watching as far as you did, and if you want to see more stuff like this, then freaking subscribe because there's going to be so many more projects. Now that I'm in the shop, man, I just feel so much better, and I'm so happy that y'all are here to support, and thank you for all of the support that we've had during this. This is definitely a big step that we took that realistically we wouldn't have been able to do without you guys. So I wanted to say thank you very much. Remember to freaking send it.